Hi guys, welcome back to episode 2. It is the Double Dose podcast with Resh and Lush. So thank you so much for all the love we received from episode 1. It has been phenomenal. This has been such an amazing journey, and it is something that when it came on, sometimes you say when things happen easily, it's meant to be. 100. It genuinely feels meant to be, and I'm so blessed and grateful for that. Absolutely, and it feels like a conversation that we're having at home, right? It feels so comfortable. Exactly. So a lot of people have been asking, what are the differences between us? And they really do want to try to get to know us better. So I think I've got a series of rapid questions that I sent to you. So let's do that too. Maybe get the audience to get to know us better. Okay, perfect. What is your favorite color? Pink and red. Mine is also pink and red. Oh gosh, now I don't know how this is gonna make us know us better because we are so alike. Exactly. Where do you like to shop? I love to shop. Zara is one of my favorites. I love H&M. They always have the best stuff. True. I love an Instagram shop. So I love the fact that South Africans are now having these niche boutiques, and I often find things from these boutiques. So I love looking at Instagram and their stores. That always nice to get something different. Exactly. Exactly. Also, we make our own clothes. So a lot of the clothes that we wear, we made. Yes, that's true. Yeah. What is your favorite drink? Cappuccino. We don't have alcohol, just fun fact about us. It would be so fun without the alcohol that we actually don't need. Absolutely. And we eat our calories, we don't drink it. It's actually not worth the calories. What is your favorite snack? Healthy or unhealthy? No, it's open, up to you. Favorite. I'm a chocoholic. So I really do love to have chocolate. I must always have a little bit of chocolate in the house so that I can. Yeah, see, now I was expecting cottage cheese for the protein. You're failing. You are failing, girl. Okay, I lie. I love cottage cheese. I generally do love cottage cheese. There is so much you can do it with cottage cheese. Absolutely. The protein content is amazing. Absolutely. But that's a whole other topic. Yes. When is your birthday? Oh, when is your birthday, girl? 14th of May. Same year. No way. Can you believe it? Yep, we are born on the 14th of May, and we are at the age where we don't say the year. No, we don't say the year. We are 40 something. Yeah, exactly. It's so funny because in the first episode of Mommy Club, I think you started and you said our age. I'm like, oh gosh, do we say our age? But in all honesty, no, in all honesty, I wouldn't normally start with my age, but they said, tell me a little bit about yourself, how old you are, and they do ask just like questions. Answering whatever they ask. Exactly. On point. Oh, we were so nervous for the first trial days, right? It was. I must say, I look back on mine and I was so cringe. If there's anything I would like to do on Mommy Club, it is my opening diary. If there's anything I would like to repeat on Mommy Club, it would be that entire first scene. I feel I was so unnatural. But you're pretty good there. I didn't mind you there. I thought I was cringe, and I think it took a long time for me to get used to hearing my voice on TV. So I have the most cringy voice. You have to get used to. Yeah, that is true. Not you. I mean, all of us. Yeah. For me, they asked me exactly the same. Tell me about yourself. Tell me about your family. And I think I'm so used to our family being the 15 of us. I started with dad. So I said, Dad is the king of our castle, and then his mom, and then we are 3 girls. And I think they actually made son was like you, Previn, and me and the shit. Exactly. So I spent so much of time on extended. By the time I came to us, I feel like I said hardly anything about my own family. Yes. But we do move in a group like that. So if anybody needs to know, my younger sister Vash, Resh, my parents, and I all live within not even 10, 7 kilometer radius. 2 minutes. So we are very communal in the way that we live. You can say that. We see each other every day. We talk every day. Yes. So we're very much an extended family. Exactly. What is your favorite book? I think one of my favorite books that I read, it's not, is The Secret. Yeah. It is something that I really do practice. I love the concept of thinking positively, even when things are not positive in your life, and striving to make those positive things a reality. And it's something I really do preach to the girls as well. Yes, I think The Secret, and all of the books that came afterwards is. Well, I must say, I do think you are the strongest woman I know, and if people have watched the show, they know some of your struggles, but maybe we will go through it in a little further podcast. But you are always still able to get it together. And I think maybe because your struggles have been so hard, you can still put a smile and you can segregate. And I think that is an amazing skill, right? Yeah, I think that you have to look for happiness in even the darkest moments. And I think that's what The Secret does. Yeah. And it's a life philosophy that I absolutely say. Absolutely. Well, you are the queen of strength. So but we say this way, we don't want you to be God's strongest soldier. Please, God, don't put me on the list. Yeah, you proved yourself. You're very past. Yeah. Yes. Can you please? I'm strong. You know I'm strong. Yeah. I've done it all. Please. What is your team? Okay, what is your favorite sport? F1, hands down. So, what is your team? That is a very good question because the team changed. My team has changed because my team is wherever Lewis Hamilton goes. So, this year I am now a Ferrari girl. Mercedes, we loved you. We loved you for all the time. But this year I am moving to the red team. I am Ferrari. Same girl. Same. Where do you like to eat? I think restaurant wise, one of my favorites, two of my favorites, is olive and oil. I feel you got consistency always. What I had 10 years ago and what I order now is like the same quality completely. So I always enjoy my food there. And Pera Alta as well. True. It's good choice. And well cooked. Those are my favorites. Yeah, eating out places. I agree. I like that. What is your favorite TV show? Friends, hand down. Yeah. Friends can play at any time, on repeat, at home. Yeah. It's a feel good. I love it. Me and Skars watched it about 3 times. I think it's so funny that Friends was our generation, right? But the kids have all watched it as well. Exactly. And it's also their comfort show. Exactly. In fact, they don't make comedy sitcoms anymore. I don't think they know they don't. So people don't know though the anguish of waiting an entire week. But fun fact, we watch Friends like that. In matric, the only thing we allowed ourselves, okay, so we also nerds. People don't know that about us because maybe we don't fit the category of nerds. Yeah, yeah. Losh and I did very well in matric because we worked very hard in matric. Yes. Dashia, Dania, Darika, and the Shay take heed. Yeah. So the only break we had in matric was to watch Friends. Exactly. Wednesday, I think it was at half 7. Yeah. If you missed it, there was no recording. No, that was it. There were no repeat. No, there was to watch. Yeah. Some shows that we also enjoyed was Beverly Hills 90210. Oh, yeah. They shared to listen to with the radio on. Did we? Yes. That was in Afrikaans. And you had to put the radio on. I don't remember that. Or was that another one? No, that was another. Mora is Nakoda. I don't remember that. Maybe you had some shows. Maybe I lived in a different. Maybe you had a different. I don't remember having to put the radio on because it was. I do remember that. It was or something. It wasn't Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills was, I think, like when we had Mnet, when we were rich. Mnet was a luxury. It was. We only had open time. Yeah. Also, in saying that, I think it's something we need to address, right? Because people look at us and think you are lucky, you were born into wealth. I think very few Indian families are born into wealth. No, I think we are not. Wealth is not generally something in the Indian community. I think yet. Yes. The next generation, definitely. But I think everybody in our generation worked really hard. Yes. And that's why we have a culture of working. Yeah, yeah. In fact, as much as I believe in lucky girl syndrome, even my screenshot of my phone is, I'm so lucky. And mine is, I'm so blessed. Everything works out for me. Everything goes my way. Okay, let me tell you what mine is. I'm a lucky girl. Everything always works out for me. Good things come my way every day. Everything I desire desires me every more. Love it. Love it for you, girl. Yeah. So even though we do believe in lucky girl syndrome, nothing comes with luck. No, you have to work hard. Yeah. To look good, you need to put the effort in and work hard. To do well in school, you need to put the effort in and work hard. Absolutely. To make money, you have to put the effort in and work hard. And work on weekends, weekdays. Luck may play a role, but it's not actually, luck is not going to bring you any of the things without the effort. Mm-hmm. No, 100%. Yeah. I think that's an important fact. Yes. Where were we? Well, what is your favorite movie? I don't have a movie that actually sticks out that I can say is my favorite of all time. I used to really enjoy Only You. I don't know if anybody knows that movie. It's such an old movie. Oh yes, I know it. Which was one of my favorites with Marissa Tomei. Yes, yeah, I used to love that movie. But there's nothing now that I would say, oh my god, I'd watch and repeat. I mean, like I used to love Pretty Woman, but like it's so politically incorrect now if you think about it, right? Yes, yeah, yeah, definitely. Okay, what is your favorite season? Summer. As hot as it is, I feel because we have summer in December, I just like my whole year waits for December so that I can just relax. The kids are off school. You can just have a bit of a vacay vibe. This kind of holiday season for us. Yeah, I guess it'll be opposite overseas, right? Because winter is Christmas for them. Yeah. So I would say summer. Yes. Uh, yeah, I would say spring, summer. I just like long days. I don't like the fact that the day is dark at 5 in winter. Yeah, that's true as well. Especially when we start that. Yes. So, the next thing I think we need to discuss, which is in every podcast, lucky ladies and gentlemen, I think it's going to be more ladies than not, is beauty. Yeah. Also, I think the way we're going to do it is that on every podcast we can discuss one product, or else we will be here forever because we can spend hours and hours and hours speaking about makeup. Absolutely. So I think let us just start by I have always started we have always loved makeup, right? And I think the problem that we have is that we buy high end and then we love finding the dupe for it in low end. It's kind of, so it's not that we're saving money, we're spending double the money, but you guys can benefit because we always like to see what is reasonable, what is worth the money. Exactly. Because there are high end that is like undupable. Yes. Right? But having said that, you can get 100% drugstore and look equivalent. 100%. I think that's our next challenge is to do a high end versus drugstore makeup with the two. Okay, let our audience vote, right? Do you want us to do a makeup challenge on one of the podcasts where one of us does high end makeup and one of us does low end makeup, not low end, drugstore makeup, and then we compare? Yes, I think that would be great. Let us know. Okay, so favorite product at the moment. Shall we start with primers? Let's start with primers, yes. So I love the Milk Makeup Primer. Yes, it's something that's not available in South Africa, but it really does give you the grip you need for your makeup to last. Yes. And Catrice has recently launched one of their own, which is a dupe. It's the same color, it looks the same, and I must tell you that it is amazing. Oh, really? Did you try it? Yes. Okay. Also, and the girls have it as well. And I think that is an amazing dupe for a primer, but if you want your makeup to last, I do like the sticky primers. Yes, those are amazing. I must say, I have just started using the Benefit primer. So Benefit Pore Freshener, as you know, is a holy grail for years, but I just never caught on to it because as much as it diminished pores, it always left my skin a bit too dry. Yes, now they have a hydrating pore minimizer, and if you have pores, it is game changer. It is also for the first time in their formulas a little bit tacky. Oh, okay. So it goes on beautifully and it makes your skin so smooth and flawless. 10 out of 10 for me. Do you think a primer is necessary? 100%. I think that if you want, just look at it, right? If you're going to paint a wall and you paint on the rough surface, you're going to see all of the indentations. But if you put in your primer or your first coat and then paint over, it's going to be a smooth finish. It's the same thing. The primer helps to reform texture, reduce texture, reduce pores, and then your base is more flawless. Yeah, I agree. I do think that a good foundation of makeup starts with a good primer. Absolutely. And then I'm also loving the idea of tinted moisturizer that doubles up as a primer. Yes, I feel like sometimes if you're not using a primer but you want one of those hydrating kind of first step tinted moisturizer. So Catrice has this amazing soft filter fluid foundation. It's actually like a very light skin tint, but it gives your skin such a beautiful glow. You can use it on its own or you can use it under foundation. I love it. Yeah, that is amazing. I do know that product as well. Yeah. So last episode we spoke about skincare. Yes. And maintaining a good skincare routine. Yes. How's it been going? 100%. I haven't missed a single morning or nighttime routine. I have been I am sticking to my skincare goals. The one thing I realized we did not talk about is sunblock, and that should be right up high.
Oh my gosh, that is an absolute holy grail as an anti-aging product.
I think that's your first anti-aging before you even start with actives, right?
Yes.
So what sunblock do you recommend?
So on the high end of the spectrum, Color Science is my most favorite sunblock. It's tinted, it adapts to your skin, so it gives you a little coverage, which I love. Non-irritating, you can put it around your eyes, it doesn't burn. I absolutely love the product. My favorite sunblock at the moment is the Color Science Flex.
I love that one as well. What color do you use? Because medium and tan is so close.
Yes, so I find medium a little light for me, so I'm using the tan.
Yeah, me as well. The first time I bought medium, and it was too light, and I'm using tan as well. Yeah. And then I think a nice drugstore is La Roche-Posay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Also doesn't irritate your skin, sits beautifully under makeup.
I love it. Yeah. I think that's a big problem with sunblock burning your eyes, because if you're going to do makeup, obviously you can't have wash eyes.
Exactly.
And these two doesn't ever.
Yes.
I think another thing I must touch on is the Essence tinted moisturizer with the SPF 30. It is amazing. Actually, I can use it as gym makeup. It is so beautiful.
Yes, that is a beautiful product as well. So I think everybody, we again motivate you to continue with skincare.
Yes, please don't stop. We are doing it till the end of the year, girls. You see that skin goals.
Exactly. So I generally am on social media quite a bit. I think when we started the show, one of the things that they told us was that we do need to be engaging to everybody that follows us and have an active social media presence. Yeah. And the fact that we are in our 40s, a lot of people our age frown upon social media.
100%.
So what is your take on social media?
I actually think that social media is the most informative tool out there. If I want a recommendation of a place to visit, a recipe, a beauty product, the first place I go to now is TikTok.
Okay.
I feel like I can get what I need in 3 minutes done, as opposed to a longer video or searching Google and going through all the articles. So for me, I think social media used right is the most informative tool you could have in 2025.
I think what I love most about social media is the fact that your feed is really personalized.
Yes.
There's an algorithm. So if you are seeing something you don't like on your feed, you can actually change it. Click not interested, and that content doesn't come.
Can I just say I'm not interested in my husband's feed? Can I just say I'm also not interested in your husband's feed at all? At all. So prior to that, Prevan loves Indian music, and there's a time and place for Indian music, but Prevan's feed
Bhajans.
So his feed is
Bollywood.
Not Bollywood. His feed is Tamil bhajans, and he loves supporting local, and so do we. So all of the very local, very colloquial Indian TikTokers is on Prevan's feed. Sometimes exclusively. Sometimes I want to tell my phone, don't listen to his feed.
Yes.
Don't be influenced, because your phone does listen to your feed.
100% my phone listens to me.
It's so funny.
Whatever I speak about, I open social media, and that's what it is.
I can talk something like, do you think Greek yogurt is bitter or tardy? And suddenly I'll have a whole lot of feed on Greek yogurt.
Same.
So definitely this phone is this, right? Phone. Don't listen to Prevan's.
Don't listen to Prevan's stuff, please.
Yeah, so I think what is your For You page look like?
My For You page is a lot of fitness.
Yeah. Mine too.
A lot of beauty products.
Me too.
I'm very into pop culture.
Yes.
So at the moment, my For You page is very much on the Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
My goodness.
Drama.
I am obsessed. I am spending way too much hours. What is your take? So it's so funny because Losh and I initially had different takes on Blake and Justin.
So I have been, because of my children actually, a Justin Baldoni fan forever. I know everything about him. So again,
the first time I've heard of Justin Baldoni was when he acted in It Ends With Us, and It Ends With Us was one of my favorite books. So I loved the book. I was so excited for the movie.
Yes.
I love Colleen Hooper.
Yeah. So because of my kids, and particularly Dashria, who is one of those people that if she likes something, she's obsessive, and that's all her research.
Yeah, she dives into everything.
Exactly. So
she could be a Candace.
She could be a Candace Owens. So what she does is, I knew he's a feminist. I knew how he proposed to his wife. I knew everything about him. So I knew he was a good guy, and that the projects that he takes on are always have a deeper meaning.
Okay.
But at the same time, I love Blake.
Yeah, so I was just a Blake fan. I think she is gorgeous. She is so all over the place. She and Ryan are like couple goals. So it was going to take a lot for me to be convinced that Blake is not the it girl and Ryan is the it guy Dexter.
So I was sending Rach a lot of TikToks from Justin Baldoni's side,
and I was like, no, but look at her. They're just misinterpreting her. Like, people could judge us too because they don't like the way she looks, blah, 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 blah.
And now the evidence is strongly pointing towards Justin Baldoni's favor.
Yeah, I am disappointed. It does look like there is set evidence that Blake manipulated situations.
Yeah. The thing about it is that when you see the perfect couple, and the perfect couple are both actors, anybody can put on an act. It's what they do.
That is true. That is true. Well, I am following, and let's see how it goes. Exactly.
I'm actually almost going to be over it by the time the court came back.
I know. That's true.
Yeah.
It has been covered more than the movie.
Yeah. But coming back to the social media, I do know a lot of people, if you have TikTok, particularly TikTok.
Yeah.
Is something that's a bit more triggering for our generation.
100%.
They almost look down at you. I'm like, or they're like, no, I don't have TikTok.
But
I don't do TikTok.
I think also you've got to manage your time on scale. So I think it also comes with the balance. You know, it's like when we gave the children phones, it was so they learn when they're studying, they got to put away the phones, yes. Right? And that's in life. Because I think you can get so consumed that you can be sitting at dinner and everybody can be on their phones.
Yes.
So I think it comes with not just scrolling unnecessary. My favorite time of the day is when I finish, have a shower, and I get to bed and I can scroll on TikTok. Like this. That is my happy time space.
So let us tell us a funny story about Rach and scrolling on TikTok before bed. So the one night she's all in bed, and she and Prevan are scrolling on TikTok.
We scroll independently. We scroll independently. As you heard, he's on his...
And nobody has headphones. Like, everybody's TikToks
are... blaring into each other's. Yeah. And then I usually fall asleep with my phones. That's how I fall asleep. Judge me if you have to. And then the phone fell on my face. And somewhere along the line of me drifting into Slumberland, I posted a picture of... I posted a story of me falling asleep with this post, and it went directly into Prevan's For You page. And he was like, what did you post? And it was me half asleep. I quickly deleted it. I don't know how many other people saw it, but it was the funniest thing that it actually came on into his For You page. But lucky it did. But the children will never let me live it down. They laugh for weeks at me.
So, talking about that, can we move on to what is the worst or most embarrassing thing that you've ever done?
What is the most embarrassing thing that I've done? Do you know when the Evoques just came out? The Range Rover Evoques, yes. Right? So I had a brand new red one, and it was like quite a conspicuous color, right? I do believe everybody happens to have red after me, but that's what happens when you have a car. You suddenly have it, and then you're only noticing all the red cars. So the one day I went to Sunningdale Pharmacy, and Prevan was driving my car. I ran in, and it was raining. I ran out, and I jumped into the front seat, and I turned around, and it was not my car.
Oh my God, who was in the car?
You will not believe it is my old friend Andrea, who happened to have the exact same car as me. And she said like, oh, hello, friend. She just thought I got into a car to chat to her.
Well, lucky you knew us. I would like driven away with you.
And I laughed. I was like, oh my God, Andrea actually got into your car. By mistake, she's going to laugh so much at you. Yes. What was your most embarrassing moment?
I wouldn't say embarrassing. I'll say the most dumb thing I've ever done was when we lived in Effingham. We were originally from Effingham Heights. We had a really steep driveway, and I parked my car at the top of the driveway. And in my defense, our driving school instructor never told me that if you park at the top of a hill, your car should be in gear. My handbrake was up, my car was in neutral, and I was downstairs for a good while until everybody started screaming because there's this huge crash.
No, there was a bang, bang, bang.
So my car knocked my mom's car,
So there's this steep driveway, Losh on the top. So her car went and hit my mom's car,
which hit garage door,
which hits the garage door.
which hit my dad's car at the garage.
Yes.
So
We had
That's
3
not-
cars and our garage door damaged.
Yes.
Yes.
I was
And-
surprised because I wasn't in the car. I was so delighted.
True.
Yeah,
That
so
was
that was the dumbest thing I've ever done.
Yeah. Luckily, I told
I
you that
actually, even now with an automatic, have this thing where I go back and check if the brake is up.
No, I think just rather.
Yeah.
Rather
Yeah.
check.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness, that was so long ago. That was really bad. You know, our parents are so good because imagine if our kids did that now. Dad and mom were always so calm.
They were always so calm.
Hey?
No matter what you did, there was no reaction.
There was no reaction. They were like, no, it's fine. They always said, as long as you are fine.
Well, the first time I've ever driven a car.
Oh, yeah, so please
which
tell
my
them.
mom thought it was safe.
Yes.
She took us to the grounds where they do parking for driving schools.
Yes. So it was one of those soccer grounds that always has like the poles and nothing else happening in the parking lot at the top.
And she let us drive her car, which was a Golf 1 with no power steering.
Yes.
And she said, okay, just drive in a square.
There was nothing to knock. There was nothing to knock. Can I reiterate? There was nothing to knock.
So where did she... And she got out of the car.
Yeah. We were 16. We were like in standard 9.
We hadn't driven before at all. And then I'm turning, but that steering wheel was really hard to turn.
But you could have seen what was in front of you.
I didn't like understand that you need to like break it and then I hit the pole.
Yes, you did. That was the first time we ever drove.
Yeah. It was not for the faint-hearted.
Exactly. Do the girls know that story?
They do. So they already on a better footing.
So then she came home and my mom said, well, all you have to do is just tell Dad what you did.
Yes. So I went to my dad. I said, Dad, the important thing is I'm okay.
Yes.
When you lead with that,
Yes.
there's not much room for argument, but he was cool.
Yeah, he was. Shem, you know what? It cannot be easy having twins growing up the way we did because everything was expensive and everything was double, right? I think that's one of the reasons that drives us to be successful.
Yeah.
My mom always said to us, girls, it's expensive. It was always expensive to send 2 girls to university, to send 2 girls for driving lessons, to send 2 girls for their driving test. Everything cost money. So it was always expensive. There wasn't room to fail. We weren't going to let my parents pay an extra fee at all if they ever had to. Nobody at that stage knew we could have triplets.
Yeah.
Twins was like
So
expensive.
if 2 times everything is expensive, 3 times everything, guys.
No, it's crazy.
No,
That is
that's
crazy.
Not
That is not
it.
Loishi's that girl that stood in the Zara queue. Like I was that girl that looked at the Zara queue. I'm like, who stands in the Zara queue for the Zara sale?
Oh no. I love a good sale.
Yes.
Rish doesn't have the patience for a good
No,
sale.
I'm not good. Like I went to Turkey now and I found Losh and I'm like, Losh, you will be in your elements here because everything was bargaining, right? And somehow they look at me and they're like, they don't bring the price down. It's not for lack of trying. Losh will go there and she will get
We
it.
can go to China Mall and Rish would buy whatever I bought for triple the price.
Always. And I'll be through my triple the
Yeah,
price.
and she'll come and she's like, I bought it last week for like
Half the price. I'm like, what do you mean now?
She
So
just
no, I
keeps
just
having
don't.
it.
Like negotiations, I take Losh with me.
Yeah. And Naved is the same. So like, if we went to India and then I'm like, do you really want it? And he's like, yes. And then I bargained down to such an extent that he actually like will doubt if he wants it because does he want something this cheap?
Exactly. He's okay.
Like, be serious. But I do love a good bargain.
Yes. No, she's
And I do love a good sale and a good discount.
yes. No, so do I. I just think you're better.
Yes. But when you had 3 girls and you really liked Zara clothes.
Yeah, you have to wait for
I have stood in Zara like 3 hours on a Black Friday.
yes.
Mia has come in and out, checking on me, going into checking on me, going into shopping, and I stood in that line, and I got my discount. Zara doesn't do a good Black Friday sale like they used to.
No, they don't. They don't. It's more gimmicky now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk fitness. So a lot of the questions from episode 1 was like, what is our fitness regime? How often do we train? So
I think before we start with fitness, people need to understand that abs are made in the kitchen.
100%.
So I would start diet before exercise.
Okay.
If you get your eating right, you cannot outrun a bad diet.
100% agree with that.
So I think let us start with what we eat in a day.
Okay, that's a great one.
So firstly, how did we decide on the diet? Have we done many diets before, Ish?
She's asking me so sarcastically, would we have tried every diet under the sun?
Yeah.
We were in lockdown. I put on 10 kilos, and
We all put on weight.
we all put on weight, but I made it to like the 10 kilo mark, because what were we doing? We were making brownies and eating.
Yes.
That's why I shouldn't cook. You
Yeah,
see?
yeah.
That is the reason. So in lockdown, and I didn't know it happened. You know, I was wearing comfy clothes. I was wearing track pants. So when it came to now going out and I put on the jeans and it didn't go up, I was like, something happened. In fact, I first noticed my pajamas getting tight. And I thought, what is Princess doing to shrink the clothes? I swear to you, it didn't even occur to me that I could have put on weight. And I went on the scale and it was like, oh my goodness. And then we did banting.
Yeah.
And banting was amazing.
Banting your food is really tasty, guys. You can have butter, you can have cream, you can have it all.
Yes. But you got to watch your kilojoules, right? So I downloaded MyFitnessPal. I watched my kilojoules with the banting, which means you could eat tasty food because they were rich and creamy, but you couldn't eat that much.
Yes.
So it was also limited quantities.
Yes.
And I lost the 10 kilos.
Yeah.
So it was really good for a quick weight loss.
But it was a diet, not a lifestyle.
You cannot break yourself out of ketosis. So it was me carrying my banting bread wherever we went, and it was such a pain. I would go to the store. I'll go for bunny chow and carry my bread, and then Premier will go give it to them and say, please can you make the bunny in the spread? And it was an annoying way to live.
Yes, agreed. So I think that the biggest thing about a diet is that it's for not for infinity. It's a finite amount of time that you can live that way.
Yes.
And then eventually dies down and you get out of that. So what you want to do is change your lifestyle.
Absolutely, I agree.
And I think the way we're eating now is the way that has been the most successful for us.
And I've never eaten more food in my life. So it's been amazing.
So my first suggestion when you're starting dieting is to download any calorie counter.
Yes.
So MyFitnessPal is the one that we use.
Yes. And
I think the biggest thing that you make a mistake with is all the extras.
Yes.
So you count in your mind that you ate something healthy like a salad, but you're not counting the dressing you add into the salad.
Or the 5 nuts you were eating as a snack, or the some chips that you put in your mouth. So people don't count snacks.
Yes. So when you do that, even if you do MyFitnessPal for a short period of time, it makes you so aware of what the calories in things are that you are better able to make better food choices.
100%.
You learn to eat things that are higher volume,
yes,
and lower kilojoules. So as a result, you are full. And when you are full, you don't look for snacks.
Absolutely. So you realize that if you're going to eat 5 pecan nuts, it's actually the same as eating a slice of bread. So you're going to say, I'd rather choose a slice of bread.
Yeah. And sometimes a McDonald's burger is the same amount of calories as a salad.
Yes.
So if you're feeding for the McDonald's, as long as you're counting your calories.
100%.
And then the other thing that's really important is to count your protein.
Yes. We swear by that. And I think that's an age thing, right? Because we did the intermittent fasting as well for a long time.
Yes.
And it worked pretty well.
Yes.
But in our 40s, it's definitely not working.
Definitely not.
Because I think it puts your body under stress. It increases your cortisol. So you get a little bit more of that middle weight gain, which you don't want in your 40s. So I think intermittent fasting doesn't work in your 40s. What works is protein for breakfast.
So as soon as so we start with a protein shake.
Yeah, we start with a double protein shake and we do 2 scoops of our Beauty Gen collagen. Guys, can we take a moment? Yeah. We have tried collagen over the years and we hate the taste of collagen because you always get that bit of aftertaste.
Yes.
And now that we've switched to Beauty Gen and we do the complete, it has type 1, 2, and 3 collagen in it, and it does have no oxidase, no flavor.
It dissolves even in your coffee. You can have it. It actually makes your coffee a little creamier, right?
It does. It's actually so good in coffee.
Yeah.
So we are getting 20, 40, 60 grams of protein in a protein shake.
Yeah. So we aim for 100 to 120 grams of protein per day. And I think that's a healthy amount, but everybody is different depending on their weight and their height. So actually, if you just Google protein amount for your weight, you'll be able to figure out how much you need to eat as a day.
Absolutely. So, and then another option is to do like boiled eggs for lunch, some cottage cheese, whatever you can do to get at least 30 grams of protein for your breakfast.
So I think that if you focus on diet, you will lose weight, whether or not you step foot in the gym.
Yes.
The gym is for endurance, it's for cardiovascular health, it's for the endorphins you need for your mental health.
and it's for the extra kilojoules you. So it does help with weight loss, because it's for the extra kilojoules that you burn and for the toning.
Yes.
But it works in combination with the time.
Yes. Agreed.
And I have to say, I'm always happier when I'm training.
Yes.
Like when weeks get really busy and I haven't been able to hit the gym, we gym 6 days a week, right?
Yes.
So we have a 1 day break usually, which is a Friday. I do not feel as good.
Yes. Agreed. So I think that when you get it right, but even if you don't want to join a gym, if you try and do 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day,
we are the busiest. We have 2 to 3 careers. We manage our children. We cook our food, and we make the time. So the one thing I want to stress is that there is always the time you can make the time.
And talking about time, interestingly, when we were casted for the Mummy Club, everybody's helpers was a really big part of the show.
Yes.
Because the assumption was that the helpers do a lot.
Yes.
And our helpers do a lot, but they don't manage the children.
Yes.
So we cook the food. We
pick up, drop out, help with homework.
Yeah, we don't show and chefs and all of those things. We doing it all on our own. So I think that even with a busy day, if you prioritize yourself, it's a gift to yourself.
And I think you give so much more for everybody else.
Yes.
I think that's the thing. When you take care of yourself, you're a better mom, you're a better wife, you're a better brother, sister, whatever your roles may be, you do better at work.
Yes. So I think that this year, that's what we're going to focus on again.
Yes.
We did skincare in our last episode. Let's do watching what we eat and trying to get into some sort of physical activity.
Absolutely.
I think on the next podcast, we can talk more about exactly the type of physical activity we can do and the training we do.
Absolutely. Like for this week, we want you to download MyFitnessPal and just watch your calories. You will be amazed the difference it's going to be.
How many calories do we eat a day?
We are eating 5,600.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Yeah. Kilojoules.
Yeah,
so we've changed calories to kilojoules because in South Africa everything is measured in kilojoules.
Just easier.
So we work on a kilojoules, but a lot of the fitness Instagrammers work on calories. So you interchange. It's usually like 1 kilojoule. 1 calorie is 4.2 kilojoules.
Yeah.
So that's kind
you
of
can just work it out according to that. So how is work been going? Have we finished whatever you needed to do?
Oh gosh, I was so busy at work this week because concessions were due, and yes, I am all done. My kids are all sorted for and accounted for, so I am very happy.
So I think concessions is an important thing to talk about because not many people know that. I mean, it's common knowledge for us as OTs, but perhaps you can tell people about concessions.
Okay, so I think you're right. Concessions is something that's due at the beginning of the year at the Department of Education. It can be accessed by all kids that require it. So I work at a school for special children. So you can get accommodation is something to accommodate for a disability that a child may have. So it can be severe, like a child with cerebral palsy, so doesn't have hand function. So we can apply for somebody to write for them, which is called a scribe, somebody to read for them if they have perceptual problems. But more importantly, it's also there for mainstream learners. And this is what so many people don't know, right?
Exactly.
They don't know that if your child is struggling with ADHD, maybe even anxiety, if you have a child that gets so worked up for exams and blanks out, we can then go and say, this child has anxiety. We can give them a 5-minute between every hour to say, you can take a 5-minute break, pins down, do your breathing exercises, calm down, and then continue.
Exactly.
If you have a child that has ADHD, very distractible, spending too much time on a question, you can have something called an assistant. So sometimes the invigilator in the room can come in, and a prompter can come in and tap the child to say, okay, move on, if they know they're spending too much of time on a question. You can have extra time. So if you have that child that's reading and writing is really slow, you can go up to 15 minutes an hour extra time. So it can be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes extra time per an hour. So if you're writing a 1 hour paper, it'll go to 1 hour, 15 minutes.
Okay.
all of this just has to be done with the proper documentation and obviously specialist reports. So the best thing to do is to get a report from the psychologist to see if there's any learning lag. So if there's perceptual difficulties, if there's reading difficulties, we pick all of that up, and then an occupational therapy report if you need as well, and a speech therapy reading report if that's required.
And I think this is a really important tool for kids that are struggling.
Absolutely.
And kids all across the spectrum have different abilities.
Totally.
Academics not being a strong point means that there are ways that we can help you.
Totally.
And success is not only determined by academics.
Oh, this is what we want. We want all of our children to do the best they can with the abilities they have.
Exactly.
So, talking about children on the spectrum, autism has become such a big part of our society, and I think so many more kids are getting diagnosed when they are older in high school. And I think when autism diagnosis is made in primary school, it's kind of simpler for a parent to understand it, for the child to understand it, for the school to understand it.
Yes.
Where I feel the lack of understanding is an autistic child or a child on the spectrum, and we know how vast that is, getting diagnosed in high school.
Yes.
And then trying to put all the prompts in place. The teachers understanding the concessions there, the parent now understanding that their child had the diagnosis, and the child finally realizing, wait, I am different in how I think.
Yes.
That's where the lack of understanding goes. So concessions is especially useful for that. If they're a child that is sensitive to noise, and so sitting in a room with 50 other children writing is going to be distracting for them. They're going to be bombarded with the noises of moving your pencil, moving your ruler, just the little classroom noises. We can ask for a separate venue where they have an individual invigilator, and then they can work on their own because they can focus better. Or we can say, get a set of blocking out earphones that they can put on in the exam, so then the noise is decrease so they can focus. You see, what happens with a child that is sensory not modulated is that they became so zoned in with that little bit of noise that the attention gets taken away from the exam. And that's what we want to prepare.
I think that for every child that's struggling, there is a solution. And I think that's an important thing to understand. So we are happy to share.
We are so happy to share, and we are passionate about children passing and doing the best they can. So reach out to us. We obviously cannot help every child, but we can steer you in the right direction to get help at the school that you're in.
Absolutely. So we have now come to the end.
Oh, let's take some questions. We had so many. Thank you guys for all the questions we've had.
We've got such a lot of support and love, and we really, really do appreciate it.
Exactly. So let's see what we have. Oh, Davina says, no question. Just wanted to say I am super excited for the episodes.
Oh, thank you, Davina.
Thank you, Davina. We love you. And then, Kim says, do you guys have the same likes and dislikes? Example, type of food.
Kimmy is asking a question that she knows.
Yes.
The answer to. But we do have very similar tastes, even in food.
Yes, we do.
Many times during our childhood, and even now as adults, we've even bought each other the same gift.
Yeah. Fun fact, we've had the same matric marks. We had to the mark. So Losh and I always studied together, right? And often our process of studying, because we were lucky enough to also study the same thing, was she learned a section, I learned a section, and then we teach each other the section. So what we know, we both know. What we don't know, we both don't know.
Exactly.
Hence, the kind of similarities. Let's see what else we have. Okay, so Kyra asks, who are the people that inspire you in life?
Wow. I think that our biggest inspiration comes from our parents.
Yeah. As cliche, you've got to meet our parents to understand.
Yes. Our parents are the youngest 60 and 70-year-olds you'll find. They are young at heart, but they've always brought us up to be the best that we can be and to aspire for great things. They started from very humble beginnings and have become...
I have to show them. This was mom and dad at Valentine's Day. They are the cutest couple you've ever seen in your whole life.
So my parents still go up for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
They will tell us they're going to the promenade, and when they're on the promenade, they are holding hands and strolling.
Yes, nobody's getting steps in.
Yeah.
Consciously.
Mom and dad, if you lift each other's hand, you can do a brisk walk. But I would say my parents first folks.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think definitely mom and dad. I think they managed to keep us they managed to get us to reach for the sky with keeping our feet on the ground, because they also, especially my mom, is the one that will keep us grounded. Like,
Yeah.
don't post this. Posting was a big issue for her. And for
Yes,
content creators, my mom also, Indian people are worried about eyes. So my mom is always like, don't overpost, don't overshare. But then when somebody tells her, oh, I saw Resh post this, or I saw Losh's recipe and I tried it, and then my mom is the proudest. So, it's a little bit of a catch-22.
Yeah, yeah. Because at 40 something, you can still get a scolding from
Oh,
your
no,
parents.
you do get a scolding.
So that is the end of the episode. Before we end, outfit check. I love your denim number. Where is it
Thank
from?
you. This denim number is from Zara. I love it. I got it in December, and I think it is so cute.
So same girl, Zara.
Oh, it's stunning.
Love it. The fit is just amazing, as all Zara clothes are. So if you want, I don't know if it's going online. Yes. So what do you think the biggest takeaway from episode 2 was?
I think, firstly, I'm so glad I got the chance to touch on concessions. So if your child is struggling in school, and remember, concession goes from grade R to grade 12. So don't wait until the child is in grade 12. If they're struggling, let's get those concessions in early. It is due every year by March. So you need to get them in now. Hey?
Agree. I think that let's give all of our kids the best chance at success this year.
Love it. And we'll see you in episode 3.
Bye, guys.